In this video, I'm going to give you the secret behind how I'm able to put up $200,000 to $300,000 months on Amazon consistently. Because when a lot of people start selling on Amazon, they think it comes down to having some secret suppliers or some secret methods. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to focus on the one thing, the one key that'll grow your business faster than almost anything else, and that's speed. Because selling on Amazon is a game of moving your money as fast as possible, getting a return on your investment as fast as possible. And this video is going to go over the major hacks that I've found over the last 6 years of selling on Amazon that you need to implement from day one if you want to see massive results fast. But no more beating around the bush. Let's jump straight into this free game here. And I want to start out by breaking down how to sell your items as fast as humanly possible and show you what items are going to be friendly towards that. So for example, I'm just looking at some like clearance makeup today. Say I found this on sale for $7, and then over on Amazon, that exact same product is selling for about $18, which is obviously pretty good. If we're buying that for $7 a pop, we're going to make about $5 profit every single time this sells. And when we check out the average prices down here on SellerAmp, we can see that over the last 30 days, that is still a pretty decent profit. So we definitely want to go ahead and hop on this type of item, right? But this is where speed comes into play, right? So this is just a random example of a product that you could sell. So how do we get this sold to customers as fast as possible, all while finding more products faster, right? So I'm going to break down both of those here for you. And the way that we need to do this to get our money back as fast as humanly possible is to sell products that are very FBM friendly, so merchant fulfilled friendly. And I'm able to see that by looking down here on the Keepa chart. I can see anytime there's a bunch of blue popping up on top of the Keepa chart, that's showing me that the buy box is rotating to FBM sellers. The other part I love about this item is you can see how many sellers have dropped off this item. So not only do we have way less competition than we used to, we can also see that there's a good amount of rotation to those FBM sellers where we can go ahead and list this product. And instead of waiting for those check-in times, we can actually just go ahead and list this product directly on Amazon using FBM. That way, when they hop on this listing, they're going to see that it says it ships from your company name and it's also sold by your company name. And then when that product sells, you get to ship it directly to the customer. In fact, if you like to do retail arbitrage or you're buying these products with fast shipping from the suppliers you're looking at, a lot of times you can get those sales within the first few days of owning that product. I've done it where I bought the product, I'm out looking at like clearance aisles and that type of stuff, and I list the product on Amazon while I'm in the store, and I'm already making the sale by the time I leave the store, right? So speed is massive, and especially in the early days, FBM is going to be the major key, right? One thing you will notice about selling these items here is you can see a lot of the increased prices where the prices are way higher than normal. So you can see like right here, it was 17 bucks. Right here, it was 17.50 again. You can see that those are FBA offers. So you tend to be able to charge higher prices and make a little bit more profit doing FBA in the long run. But if you want to test the concepts and also beat competition to a listing, FBM is the way to go, right? So whenever you're testing new items, it's a really good idea if you look at the Keepa chart and that it is FBM buy box friendly. So they're giving sales to plenty of those FBM sellers. Go ahead and test it out and then stock them deep using FBA. And later in the video, I'll show you a way to get those items checked in at Amazon way faster and start making sales quicker. The next thing you'll want to take advantage of to scale your business with true speed is taking advantage of seasonal opportunities, right? And I want to show you a good example of some seasonal opportunities that I would hop on versus something that might not super be worth it, right? For example, I just pulled up like a Lego set. This is going to be a great example of a product we would want to sell around Christmas time. And the reason why that is true is you can see down here on the Keepa chart, you see how it was in like the top 50,000, 100,000 range here, like leading up to last Christmas season. And then you can see that Christmas demand kick in. You see it hits December. It starts hitting the middle of December and those prices start shooting up. The number of sellers that are on this listing, you can see it going way down here on the bottom Keepa chart. And then up here on the top, you can see that buy box price going super high. And so number one, this is going to make you more profitable. Number two, these are listings that are very FBM friendly because Amazon basically just has trouble finding anyone who has it in stock. And they're rotating those between way more sellers than they might do typically. So that's really beneficial for you to use that first hack. And then obviously we want to sell seasonal products that have a lot higher seasonal demand, right? If speed is the key, how do we find products that are going to sell way faster during certain periods? But where I want to add a really important caveat to this is be sure you're buying seasonal products that continue to sell year round, especially if you're a beginner, something like these Legos, right? So they sell way faster during December here. Maybe there's probably some kind of Star Wars show or something that came out in February, if I had to guess, something that made people excited about Star Wars here. But looking at these seasonal demand charts, you can see that price goes up, the demand goes up, but even outside of Q4 where people are buying a lot of toys, you can see it still stays in really hot demand, right? If we check out a listing for something like Christmas lights, I bet we'll see it is a very different scenario. Just pulling up a quick example so you can see what that looks like. Obviously, this seems like it's probably like a private label product, something we couldn't resell, but you see how that sales rank literally is in like the top 100 during December, November when people are buying decor. And then out of season, honestly, not the worst seller here, but you see it literally goes from being like the top 100 here for a little bit, all the way up to the 40,000th best selling product in tools. That is a huge swing. So if you're stocking up deep on something that is seasonal, that sells magnitude slower outside of that peak demand season, just be really careful with that. I would really recommend sticking to products that always sell and they just sell a little bit faster during certain times of the year. Crayola, for example. I'm filming this in the middle of like back to school season. You can see here's a quick example where you see like last back to school season, the price on this went crazy. The sales rank started dropping as kids went to school, and you can see it doing the exact same thing this year, right? So that buy box is like $5. Now the buy box is starting to hop its way higher up, starting to see like really high jumps. So you can see it literally went up like almost doubled the price here just because it's trying to find somebody who has it in stock. And so this is the type of listing that you want to look at when you're trying to buy seasonal products. They're going to sell way faster, but you're not going to get stuck holding the bag basically. And that takes me into my third way that you're going to be able to move with speed in your business. And that's taking advantage of things like 2D barcodes when it comes to creating FBA shipments, right? So I'm just going to explain this super briefly for you. Got full videos breaking down how to actually create shipments using Boxum here. But basically what I want to emphasize is when we're looking at items that we can ship in and sell, we were talking about this on the first method, right? So we want to make sure we're FBMing to get items to customers as fast as possible. But if we want to take advantage of FBA, get those slightly higher prices typically, and we also don't have to do every single order ourselves, there's a really awesome hack called 2D barcodes. And basically all it does is as I create a shipment through Boxum here, you have to have a third-party software to create these 2D barcodes, by the way. I can just name it like a testing shipment right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this works here. All you'd have to do is just make sure that 2D barcodes are selected on your Boxum account when you actually go ahead and create a shipment. Let's say we just want to add like a random clothing product here. Again, I'm not going to go through the whole process, but we just like punch in our buy cost, how many you have, all that kind of stuff. Just go ahead and add that to our batch real quick here. And as you're creating these shipments, you'll need to label each one of these products. And that's pretty typical if you've done an FBA shipment before. But where the real hack comes into play is as you're creating your box labels through Boxum, you're going to get this barcode down here in the bottom, and that's your 2D barcode. And basically when this box arrives at Amazon with this 2D barcode on it, this has our box contents embedded on the label versus having to open it all up to confirm it that way. They can just scan that barcode on the label, and it's not officially confirmed by Amazon, but from what I've seen and from tons of other Boxum users, I'm seeing anywhere from 5 to 7 days faster from the day you ship it out to actually being received at Amazon and available for sale. So if you know anything about making FBA shipments, that is massive. It's a huge speed boost in your business. I don't know why I've been sleeping on using 2D barcodes for all this time, but don't be like me. Take advantage of those from day one and start getting those quick FBA check-in times. And another thing that's going to help you move money quickly through your Amazon business, help you scale, get those awesome profit numbers. This is something that is going to be reserved for you if you have a little bit of experience selling on Amazon, you know what you're doing, you're confident, you know how to source good products. And that's just taking advantage of offers like the MX Plum, for example. The reason why a lot of Amazon sellers have used this to scale is because you get this great 60-day payback period. So if you're using all these other hacks we're talking about, you're taking advantage of FBM, you're taking advantage of items that are selling way faster right now, you're using 2D barcodes, so those FBA check-in times are way faster. A lot of times you're able to make the sale and pay back your credit card within that 60-day period. Again, if you are a beginner on Amazon, do not do this. Don't worry about credit cards and all that kind of stuff until you're confidently pulling in profits. But at the end of the day, if you know how to move with speed in your business, you know how to operate efficiently, look at things like the MX Plum card. If you want to go a little bit safer, you can also look at Amazon loans that'll be directly offered through Amazon. And those tend to give you some really big offers. For example, I have a line of credit offered on my Amazon account right now for about $250,000. And you're just not going to get that at a local bank or anybody else who might be able to lend you some money. And obviously, if you're trying to take advantage of all these awesome seasonal opportunities, things that are selling fast, sometimes you just need a little bit of extra capital to take advantage of that. So if you are currently doing good volume on Amazon and money's holding you back, look into things like the Plum, lines of credit, safe ways to go ahead and expand how much capital you can spend. But again, make sure you know what you're going to spend that on. At the end of the day, the Amazon sellers who are going to absolutely crush the game are the ones who move quickly. They're able to problem solve very easily. I know selling on Amazon, running any business in general, is a lot of Googling, right? You got to be a self-starter, you got to be a problem solver, and you have to understand how important it is that you move with speed in your business, both with just you operationally and how fast products are moving throughout your business. So hopefully these couple tricks help you make a lot more money in your Amazon business. If you haven't already checked out Boxum, which is our tool for creating shipments, tracking analytics, and just knowing how your business is performing, make sure you test it out for free down below. below. You can check that out. Also, let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. Always super happy to answer those for you guys down below in the comment section. But I really appreciate you watching this video, and the YouTube algorithm thinks you need to watch this video right here to keep making more money online.